Hi guys, welcome this channel and please subscribe. Today we will talk Somalia. What did you know about Somalia? Somalia, officially the Federal Republic of Somalia, is a country in the Horn of Africa. It is bordered by Ethiopia to the west, Djibouti to the northwest, the Gulf of Aden to the north, the Indian Ocean to the east, and Kenya to the southwest. Somalia has the longest coastline on Africa's mainland. Somalia has an estimated population of around 15 million and has been described as Africa's most culturally homogeneous. The official languages of Somalia are Somali and Arabic. Most people in the country are Muslims, the majority of them Sunni. Somalia was colonized by European powers in the 19th century. Britain and Italy established the colonies of British Somaliland and Italian Somaliland in 1884 and 1889. Respectively. The Supreme Revolutionary Council seized power in 1969 and established the Somali Democratic Republic, which collapsed 22 years later, in 1991, with the onset of the Somali Civil War. Somalia/Somaliland, the differences and issues explained. Somaliland is an autonomous region in northern Somalia, which broke away and declared independence from Somalia in 1991. No foreign power recognizes its sovereignty, but it is self-governing with an independent government, democratic elections and a distinct history. What's the history of Somaliland? Somaliland has been a distinct region from Somalia since the late 1800s. It was a British protectorate until 1960, meaning a dependent territory, over which the British government exercised limited jurisdiction. It then became independent for just 5 days. At this point it merged with present-day Somalia, which was then under Italian rule, beginning a long and often violent struggle. A rebel group, the Somali National Movement, SNM, emerged in Somaliland in the 1980s. In 1991 they declared Somaliland's independence following the ousting of the military dictator Siad Barre, whose forces had killed tens of thousands of people during civil war along ethnic, clan-based lines. To the SNM declared the city of Hargeisa as the capital of Somaliland, although it remains internationally unrecognized to this day. 3 Over the next 10 years they created a new constitution for Somaliland, which was agreed with a public referendum in 2001. Why isn't Somaliland a separate country? Those in favor of Somaliland's independence say that it has a strong claim, because the regions are culturally and ethnically distinct. Somaliland has its own currency, its own military, issues its own passports and holds its own elections, which have been observed and praised by international partners like the EU. 4 It is also more stable than Somalia, and has seen little terrorist activity since 2008. 5 However, there are fears, particularly among the African Union, that the formal recognition of Somaliland would encourage other secessionist movements on the African continent to also seek independence. 6 And although it is a relatively stable region by world standards, it is extremely poor. The World Bank estimated its GDP per capita at just $348, 267 pounds, which would make it the fourth poorest country in the world were it independent.